Thanks for tuning in to the Marvel Movie Minute.
Want to skip those pesky ads and get early access?
Become a member at truestory.fm/join and discover all the other great perks that come with it.
Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a weekly podcast in which we assemble to explore the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe 5 minutes at a time. In this, our 9th season, we're looking at Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I'm Pete Wright.
I'm Kyle Olson.
And today we're talking about minutes 96 through 100, which begins with Cameo and ends with a fall, a flip, and bad guys with guns. Kyle, we've done it before. We've already talked about it. I think it's important we begin right off the bat with a quiz.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. You might have heard me mention in the intro just now that we have Cameo.
Yes.
We are talking, of course, about Danny Pudi. Danny Pudi, Abed from Community. There are a lot of actors who have joined the Russos at the Russos' beck and call and become cameos in the films of the MCU that they have worked on. And I would like to know just how much of a completionist you are. How many cameos can you name, and what films were they in?
Wow. I see. I'm gonna have trouble coming up with all the actor names because when I see them in my head for Community, I immediately go to character name.
It's okay. I will help you.
So obviously we've had from this movie, we've had Danny Pudi and we had one of the other actors from just a couple minutes ago. That's how long ago it's been. So I guess we'll not count this movie because we've been digging deep on this one.
Right.
But Jim Rash is in Civil War.
He plays an
part of the
MIT staff
That's
member.
right. When they're talking about barf.
Yes.
So there, and I think you might see the back of his bald head in Spider-Man, like as there's that thing of that we now know that Quentin Beck was there.
When it does the crash zoom on Quentin Beck, I think we passed his
so
head.
I don't know if that counts or not. I can't remember her name. Shirley. What is
Yvette Nicole Brown?
Yeah, she is in Endgame. She's in the elevator when
she's
they're going
the
back.
tattletale.
Yeah, that's right. She's the one who just I can't wait to get to that one because it's such a great moment that she has just a look. She just has this and she just does this sort of look back and you're like, oh, I know exactly what's going on here.
That's right.
I don't think that that any of the other Donald Glover, I guess, is in Spider-Man. Which one's Far From Home? No, it's Homecoming.
He is in Homecoming. He plays Aaron Davis.
Yes.
Why is Aaron Davis important?
Yes, because he's the Prowler.
He's the Prowler and the uncle
of Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. Yeah. Yes, we're in universe, people.
Yeah. So then if you go and then you take that slightly out, then he also has a cameo in Beyond the Spider-Verse as that character, as the Prowler. So whatever universe that comes from, we don't know.
There's so many.
But
it's universes all the way down. Who else you got?
Chevy Chase has not been in any of them. I wonder why.
No, it's so weird. He's so likable.
I thought the principal cast. That's kind of all I can think of. What else have I missed? Has Starburns been in something?
Well, no. I'm gonna give you Joe Russo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because we've had the Russos in general playing them, and we have Ken Jeong.
Oh, Ken Jeong,
Senor
that's
Chang.
right.
Do you remember where he was?
No, I don't.
Ken Jeong played the security guard in Endgame when Ant-Man came back.
That's right. He's the one who was watching when it came back. The rat that saved the universe.
The rat that saved the universe.
he was watching. He wasn't the rat, but he was watching on the monitor.
We have Randall Park. Randall Park
was in Community?
He was in season 5, and he played Jimmy Woo in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's been a recurring kind of feature in a couple of films.
Yep.
How about Martin Starr?
Oh, Martin Starr was in Community? Wow, Community. Man, the gift that keeps on giving.
He played a teacher in. He was a teacher in the. He was in Incredible Hulk. He was in and Spider-Man, the Spider-Man.
Yes, he was
films.
Spider-Man. I can't lose another student. Yeah, that was.
I can't lose another. And what's the United Nations Model UN? He did the Model UN. He was a teacher in the Model UN episode, which was hysterical.
And so they have said that he is they've said that the character he played in Incredible Hulk is also the same person who went on to graduate and became a teacher at Spider-Man's school.
I have one more. Again, not principal cast, but was a full character in in Community. Played Rachel, a love interest for Abed, before starring.
Oh, that's right. That's
as Captain Marvel. It's Brie Larson.
Yes, Brie Larson. She had a very small role. We all thought she was going to be a major part of the show, and then I think her career blew up right after that, and so she sort of got bigger for the show.
For sure. Let's see. I think we've talked about. Have we not talked about Aaron Himmelstein?
We have.
Okay.
And we will.
And we will again. Walton Goggins.
Yes.
Was the cooperative polygraphy. It was the lawyer executing Pierce's and ended up, of course, as the villain Sonny Birch in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Mm-hmm. Underrated.
Totally.
Other underrated.
Totally. There are a couple more that I'm just going to be digging into, which we'll hold off. They're bit upon bit, but those are the big ones, and that thus endeth our quiz on Community cameos in the MCU. You did very well. Yeah.
Thank you. There's a couple of those you sort of forget that Community was on. It was sort of that cult show that went on for a long time, and a lot of really, really good people. Good. So whoever was casting that show, shout out to the Community casting people, because man, they're batting some high numbers. They absolutely
are. And of course, now we're in the control room as we pick up minute 96.
Yes. That's right. As we see, as we go from the intro, the council is now here, and we hear a helicopter, and then I love when they do this to say like, hey, this is happening at the same time. Then we follow the helicopter and then into the control room where two guys are talking, and it's Danny Pudi from Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to Chi-Town. 102 acting credits on IMDb.
Oh no,
IMDb. Why does that sound familiar?
Oh no.
Oh, that's right. I think that means it's time for the IMDb game, Pete.
No, Kyle. Danny Pudi, you just said 103?
103, 102 acting credits, and then he's got more on the way. So by the time you listen to this, there might be more. So I can tell you, obviously, there's 4. 3 of them are television shows. So Community is the gimme. So I will say that already, like, that is... Yes, that is one of the 4. So he has 3 more. So 2 television shows and a movie. And I was saying this will be a tough one. I don't expect you to get it because I did not know he was in the movie that is listed there.
Do I know the movie?
You probably do, probably more than I do, because you are much more cinematic than I am. But I can tell you that it's starring a person who was not part of the game that you just played.
He was not?
Yes. So like it would have been and the thing, but has never made the crossover from Community to the MCU, but another name from Community.
Really?
Yes. But that's the last one. That's the hard one. So so Community 1, what are 2 and 3?
Okay. Was it animated? I know he's done a ton of voice work.
One of them was animated, yes.
Okay.
And this is why Danny Pudi is a meme, because of this show. Danny Pudi, in addition to having a career and beloved,
he's
also a meme because he was talking to Mr. Suspenders himself.
The duck one. Didn't he do like DuckTales?
Yes.
He did a lot of that.
Yep. The reboot of DuckTales. He has a meme that when he was on Larry King, and Larry King was talking to him about what do you consider a luxury item, and he's like, I don't know, I like fancy coffees, and Larry King is like, what? That's not a luxury item. Like a private plane, that's a luxury item. Like, that's a luxury. Danny Pudi says, Larry, I'm on DuckTales. And I don't do it justice, but find that clip. It is so good. And it is one of those things that has lived on. It's just this beautiful the disconnect of
That's awesome.
Okay. So Community 1, DuckTales 2. Another television show.
Oh, wait a minute. With what's his name? Bar. He did the video game. It was the one where he played the janitor after playing the essentially.
Yes,
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
It's like the growth of this video game company. What was it called? Oh my God, it was on Apple TV. It was Mythic Quest. Mythic Quest.
Yeah, you got there. Yes. I thought I'd have to give it to you. Mythic Quest. So those are the 3. Okay, and the last one, you can take a shot, but like I hadn't even heard of this movie, so
I can't even think besides this one that we're talking about that he has been in. I have no idea.
Okay, it's starring Alison Brie. And it's called Somebody I Used to Know.
I've never seen that movie.
I hadn't either. I was really surprised. Like, of all of his things, like, that's in the IMDb got to him for. But that's what's the fun and the madness of the IMDb game is why.
Wow.
Why that one?
No idea.
Of all his roles, why that one? But.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So then,
as
another little fun, thing for if you're looking for more Danny Pudi in your life and you'd like to see Danny Pudi playing, let's say, I don't know, Han Solo, then clicky-clack your way over to YouTube and look for Minox from Space, which was the Star Wars live read of Empire Strikes Back, where Danny Pudi got to play Han Solo, and he did a phenomenal job of it. It's really funny, and it's for free. So go check it out and give them some support. He's in a conversation back to this movie with Bernard. I'm sorry, Bernard. Zelinkus.
Good job. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think. Okay, from Boston, Massachusetts. He has 13 active credits on IMDb. This was his last listed thing on IMDb, so I could not find what had happened to Bernard, or Bernie, as he is sometimes known. So wherever he is, I hope he's doing well, and he is very happy in his life. That we're happy that he got to do this and have this one fun little scene in an MCU movie. So
he actually he looks
arguing
just
about a
he
spot.
looks like Sebastian Stan in this clip, and
he does.
Maybe that was his big problem. Yeah. He was iced out by the Stan.
Yeah,
because he's his doppelganger.
Yeah, they're like all the parts would be like,
we've
already
got.
I mean, he's already been the title character in the.
Okay. So they're talking about parking.
So they're arguing about a parking spot. So it sounds like the when we come into the conversation, it sounds like Danny Pudi's character, I believe, is just a tech number 1. And Bernie is just tech number 2. They don't have actually character names that we can tell. He's been parking in someone's spot. And now the person has come back and that was very angry that he was parking a spot. And the reason that the person hadn't been around is because they had been deployed to Afghanistan. And that's about all it serves that we're coming at the end of this conversation.
Yeah. Boy, it takes you back, right? Remember when people were deployed to Afghanistan? And then they dropped it as a cameo line in this movie of all places.
Right? I know how the times they are a-changing.
Okay. Then he stands up because there's a shriek at the door.
Yeah, there's sort of like there's some kind of like weird squelchy sort of thing, and then it opens the door, and there's Captain America. And then a lot flanked by Maria Hill and Falcon, which I would assume that, and honestly, he knows who Captain America is. He has no idea who the guy in the wingsuit is, but I would really expect he would know who Maria Hill is.
She's probably been in that room.
I would expect Maria Hill has been a...
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the building out the window? We already mentioned we're following the helicopter. There's a building out the window. Is that part of the Triskelion? Like I don't know, some sort of... That looks like the Triskelion. Is that what that is?
I believe it is. I think the idea of the Triskelion is that it's like 3 individual
and it looks
towers,
like they're tied together.
And so we're looking out of one... connected to another one. So I think we're seeing like another,
which we've already covered, is about 1,000 stories. Yeah. It sits over what we're going to see. So
way larger than the building should be.
Thing where we are, this command center. Because when I'm looking out the window, it looks like I'm looking at all 3 of the curved pieces together, and we're separate from it. This is like the control tower for the riverfront landing bay. that is about to be revealed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like this is looking out over it. So maybe sitting sort of in the middle of the three, sort of looking out over the water. And then, where we had just been would be below, or at least slightly out, because we don't really get a good sense of the how this is constructed, because we know there's the Cap goes from like out the elevator the hard way to the ground to the entryway where the council currently is, and then out the front to where he fights with the Quinjet. But like, I don't know exactly where this command center sits in relation to that domed area, because obviously that has sunlight coming in.
I think it's down the waterfront a little bit. I think this feels like we're above it, but then it's deeply compressed in this couple of clips, because Pierce starts in the lobby. We're up on the helicopter in this control room. The lobby is down the river a little bit. And then we cut immediately back to Pierce and crew now on the top floor of the Triskelion in Pierce's office.
Yeah, so they had been going, while Cap was working his way into the building, after having, as we assumed, swam across the Potomac.
Right, because the last we picked him up, you're right, he was in a field across the river.
Maybe there's a side story of like how he found a local fisherman who had been in the war, and then they had ferried them across.
I'm sure there's a picture, and he's pulling the full George Washington.
If not, hey, if fan artists out there were listening, I'd like to see that.
We'd like to see that.
The three of them in the boat.
So Pudi. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Pudi obviously knows, like, full on, as soon as you see, like, oh, that is 100% Captain America, and in his classic look. And then I think immediately puts his hands up, like, oh, like immediately surrenders.
Yeah, this is what I do. I do this now.
And then that's when Cap starts his big speech. So then
what do you think of the speech?
Is great. And I love the fact that Flash said, when he gets to the end, then Sam's like, did you have that planned, or did you just make it up?
And he does not answer.
No. I think Cap has made a bunch of these kind of speeches. Like, he was storming the beaches on Norman. Like, he was has this not the first time that he's addressing, never in this context, but, I think he's used to sort of this thing. Like, he is a captain and he's used to giving commands. And so this is a really rousing thing to say, like, hey, like, you've been lied to. And he's not saying, rise up, join me, fight back. He's like, there's a lot more going on here, and basically don't get in the way.
Kyle, I can't believe I'm about to take this sidebar.
Okay.
Cap is an excellent speaker. Yeah. We know that. He must have had some training. And where do our greatest speakers get a platform to practice their speaking, even today?
The Dale Carnegie Center?
No, Kyle. No, they don't. That would be Toastmasters.
Oh, Toastmasters.
Now, here's the thing you might not know. Toastmasters began as a series of speaking clubs organized by Ralph Smedley during his time working for YMCA in the early, I'm not messing with you right now, 1900s.
Wow.
There's a chance that Cap learned to speak in Toastmasters.
Wow.
And that delights me.
That's wild.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to be at that meeting. I want to see him stand up and tell his origin story. Oh, yeah.
That was right. Maybe it was like right before the flashback that we had seen here that he was,
Yeah. Because you can imagine Skinny Steve.
And then
Skinny Steve's a guy who would go to Toastmasters. Am I right?
They would have to, the scene would be them bringing out the soapbox so that they could see him above the podium.
Yes. That's exactly
literally a soapbox because of the time period.
There is a Forrest Gump version of a montage that we get with Skinny Steve, where he's just like in picture Ralph Smedley and crew, like standing over a white tablecloth table, giving a speech.
Wow.
I would be there for that. All right. Meanwhile,
and to take it into a nerdy direction, Toastmaster was also the name of the handheld blowtorch that was used in DC during the fall of Superman. It was invented by John Henry Irons and is one of the things that got him to become Steel.
Wow.
Because he was a weapons manufacturer, did not intend for that to become public use, and he saw some gangs using it on the streets of Metropolis.
Oh my God.
And was like, I have to do something about this. And he created a suit of armor in homage to his hero, Superman. The Toastmaster was the name of the weapon.
Yeah, and he became Steel.
As opposed to drive-by shootings, there were drive-by flamings in Metropolis.
God, it
and he's
all
like,
connects.
how'd you say about that? And thus, a Shaq movie was born. So
all connects.
It all comes back around.
Meanmeanwhile, the speech. It's a good speech.
Cap gives this fantastic speech. Yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. is not what we thought it was. Like, it's interesting that he immediately says it's been orchestrated by Hydra, because as far as we know, in this thing, Hydra was a thing that he fought then. Like, it has not been. I mean, in the comic books, it was always a concern. Like, it was always an ongoing thing. But in the MCU, it was sort of, as far as we know, it ended when the Red Skull was absorbed or whatever, wiped away when Cap went into the ice, and has not been mentioned since then, except as a thing of the past. Like, it's not like they're still fighting Hydra. So it's interesting that he says it like this, that everyone would go, oh yeah, Hydra. Not like, oh yeah, that one weird faction that existed 70
which
some odd
makes it
years
seem
ago.
like one possible response from the crowd is, Cap, you are obsessed. Like, I know you were fighting them before, let it go, old man. But they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an okay boomer moment.
Yeah.
And yet they don't. Yeah. And maybe that's because Robert Redford gives us here's why we hired Robert Redford. Look, while Cap is talking, he doesn't even have to speak. All of the other council members look at him, and he's pacing behind his desk, and he looks, and his eyebrows go up, and he shrugs and looks at them. And it's both he could be crazy, but also he could be right. And this is just what we're dealing with. Yeah.
It's such a great, it's such a great look. I mean, just like because I sort of watched it again, even getting ready for these things, and I was like, it really does convey both things. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, can you believe this guy? And I guess my secret's
I don't care. I mean, it was coming anyway. And we do, there's an interesting thing that goes on here cinematically, because we start with this speech, and it's very much not montage, right? It is, we're listening to, even though Steve is in voiceover, we're looking at things that are happening in real time. And then it sort of transitions as we introduce more and more sort of angles of reaction. And we start seeing the machine that gets to start up to get the helicarriers in the air. That becomes the race for some reason. Get those in the air before anybody can stop them from lifting off. Apparently, nobody can stop them from operating once they're in the air.
Yes. Yeah, once they get to a certain height or whatever, too. So this is trying to stop that from even getting... So Steve's trying to stop the clock from starting, because once they start to lift off, then the clock starts running. So he's trying to stop the clock from ever stop it before it begins. Like, stop it right here. And this is where Steve is different than a lot of things, because he really is making this impassioned speech and giving away his location, and giving away like the element of surprise, because he knows there are loyal S.H.I.E.L.D. members there. There are people who are good, honest, American operatives who are willing to do this, and he wants to give them a chance to leave, join the fight, or just get out of the way. And so, I think a lot of other Avengers probably would not have used this same tactic. Like, I mean, if Black Widow was running this operation, I don't think she would be staying there trying to give a speech. Do that, she probably would be working her way through the innards of the thing, not even making sure she was not even seen to disable the systems or whatever. I mean, so this is a very Steve Rogers thing of giving up the tactical advantage, to help the people.
And it ends up playing. It is written convincingly. It doesn't take me out of the movie. I like that he gets a chance to monologue a little bit, and then that takes us, of course, to Rumlow. Still no bruises.
Yeah. There's one little piece in that speech that I just wanted to highlight is he says, if I'm the only, like he's talking about standing up and doing this fight. He says, if I'm the only one, then so be it. Yeah. And they cut to Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Sort of standing there like, I'm right
you,
here.
Man.
Like I'm, and then his next line is, but I'm willing to bet I'm not. And then it sort of cuts back to her and it's sort of like oh, okay, gotcha. Like, she's like, you're not alone. Like I was with you on the boat.
I was in that field in New Jersey, man. I just swam across the river for you.
My hair is still wet. Like, and good. Yeah. So then they move back to and we see then Rumlow comes in to then try and take control of the control room to make sure that the launch goes off. Skip all the pre-flight checks and just get them in the air.
Because this is where the blocking is a little bit interesting, right? Because we go from we're in a control room. That's where Cap goes in, where Danny is in. Danny Pudi is in. Yep. But then where they launch the actual helicarriers from is a different control room. With no windows. It
seems like this maybe is a Triskelion control room. Like this is their internal, like this internal security area, as opposed to the control room, like the mission control for Project Insight. Yeah. Because all the screens on there are all about that, even though we did see like Cap's picture. And there actually was a deleted scene we didn't even talk about that happened in that control room as well, where Pierce was like telling everybody, hey, Captain America's a bad guy now.
Right. And there is a shootout because guess what? Some people are on Cap's side and some people aren't. And Rumlow, that's right. Rumlow has a move here, right?
Yes, it has a power move. But before we get to that part, we have Aaron Himmelstein's sort of big move. So this is as another shield tech, he's told by Rumlow at gunpoint to launch the things. And he does it. And I guess another just like very small but powerful move, because he says he's not going to do it. And then there's a moment on his face where you can see him going, I'm about to be shot in the head. Like I'm about to die. And he like has that, and you see it pass over his face, and he says, Captain's orders.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
It's such a great moment. Like it's like, once again, directing, acting stuff, but like what a fantastic choice he makes of just like taking that second between those lines. And you see, because I even wrote in my things, it is easier to be brave when you're Captain America and you have the super soldier serum, but this guy is just a regular guy and he knows this will probably be the last thing he does, and he's not going to be the one that defies and goes, even knowing this will probably be the last thing he does. It like, this is a hero moment right here, and it goes directly from the speech to this of like, I'm following the captain's orders.
It's chilling. Who knew? So good. Old Soul Patch from Community Season 1 could pull that off.
That's right. Yeah. So big shout out to Aaron. What a great moment. And then we have then Agent Carter. Yep. I mean, I'm sorry. Then other Agent Carter. I was thinking Agent 13, I should say. Just today, pulls her gun, and then all of a sudden, everybody pulls guns, and we have a Mexican standoff. Now, it turns out that term is not racist.
Do go on.
So I know so many of these things they come back. I'm like, oh no, that is too. Like I'll say something and go,
what a relief!
Turns out that's racist too. I know. I was like, thank goodness it's actually racist. So the earliest use of the phrase was from a short story in March 19th, 1876.
Okay, that's pedigree.
It was a short story about Mexico, and it had the line, "Go," said he sternly then, because that's how they wrote in 1876.
Yeah.
Said he sternly then. "We will call it a standoff, a Mexican standoff. You lose your money, but you save your life."
Okay.
That was written by F. Harvey Smith and the Sunday Mercury from the great state and city of New York. So it was that, from that, it has become a thing. So it was not ever like anything connected to like any type of that. I was like, oh, thank goodness. So many times you look at a phrase and you look at the history and
I know, can't say that anymore. But at some point over the last 100 years, a lot of people have kind of believed that it's racist, and then does it just become racist when people believe it isn't hard enough?
Yeah, right. At a certain point,
we're all in trouble. Yeah.
If you believe in it hard enough, like it's the Tinkerbell effect, right? Like if you just believe it hard enough, it too can become racist. But no, as far as I can tell, I mean, I strive to be corrected. But yeah, and so then we have that. It looks like for a second, Rumlow is going to stand down. He's going to surrender. He drops his weapon.
He's not.
But
no, because everybody has a surprise knife. That's the important part.
That's right.
Surprise knife. Sharon Carter gets sliced and drops her gun, and Rumlow catches it. And that is almost Winter Soldier level. I'm going to play with knives and guns, hand tricks, which is the gold standard as far as I'm concerned in a stunt. And Rumlow pulls it off, and it looks very, very good.
Yeah,
and fast.
And then all hell breaks loose. Then then the strike team lives up to their name and starts striking out at everybody, and bullets are a-flying in that control room.
As it's happening, we start cut interior. And first of all, I will say at 3 minutes and 43 seconds, we get a very wide shot of the river, and it explains some of the blocking. I think now at this point on the far right, we have where their control, where this is, or where the Danny Pudi control room is. And we're looking across the sort of shoreline of the river at the Triskelion. And this scene is somewhere with no windows, so we don't actually know where it is, but we assume it's on the left in the Triskelion itself.
Yeah.
Okay. And this...
Yeah, and then did you know that that's where they were? Because I sort of remember being surprised when the bay doors open and the water's upon them, that I'm like, oh, they're literally under the river. Like I had thought it would have been like a hangar somewhere, but no, it's like they built it under the river.
It is the most sensorily satisfying sequence of this movie. Watching the sort of the hangar effectively rise up and displace the water. I love this so much. I really, really do. Yeah. And that they hide it there. It feels it's weird that it is purportedly a shield installation, but this seems like such a Hydra move.
Right. Because even just the small amount I know of fluid dynamics, I was like, this wouldn't work.
This would not work.
Like, there's so much water would be getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, how do you do something under that goes? But yeah.
I know we're just drenching the deck of this carrier that is full of people and Quinjets and equipment, and what's going to happen as they start washing off.
That getting those, like, if they were water soluble that way, that they would have just built them on water. But
yeah, I mean, these are supposed to also be able to float still, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they should. This is their dry dock is underwater. Seems a little bit misguided, but that's what it is. Yeah. It becomes a low key Hydra lair in the matter of just a few seconds, and I'm here for it. I think it's really, really cool, and sometimes cool is better than smart.
Yeah, and I'd say even for being 10 plus years old, effects still look really good. Like,
really holds up.
I mean, I like when you have something impossible and then you have that do it, and to make it look like, oh that's totally believable. I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I feel like I'm right there fighting on top of it, of the Avengers. It's so cool.
And even then we have Cap leaving, just going to get onto it. And I had never really put together, like you're saying, the geography of it too, that I'm like, oh, he runs out into the river. Like, because he's like on the edge of where this sort of hangar bay door has come up, and then jumps from that onto the helicopter. I think he's on I think it's number 2 is the first one to actually go out of the 3.
Yes, in Sight 2.
He goes out of that, and then Sam lands right next to him, and that's when they have that. They're running line. There's also a great outtake if you look at them trying to get this right and not being able to get it right. So the two of them are running along. Then Sam says, "How do we know the good guys from the bad guys?"
Yeah.
Cap says, the ones who are shooting at you are the bad
guys. Those are the bad guys. The jump is non-trivial, but we already know he can fall great heights and be okay.
Oh, yes.
He has a good roll. Here's another thing, though, about the Quinjets on top of this thing. The Quinjets, longer gray, they're black.
Yes. To show that they're evil.
Is that a change? Is they're evil? All of a sudden, the black vehicles now we know.
Yeah, I think because we know they're bad. Because I think the next time we see a Quinjet, if I'm right, is Avengers: Age of Ultron, because they're all in when they're coming back from their mission against Strucker, who was also another Hydra guy. They're in a Quinjet, and it's back to the silver. So I guess this is how we show like a Hydra Quinjet is black.
Take over.
So there's one poor low level intern. That's a Hydra intern who had to like take a spray can and just spray all them black.
That's all he's doing.
That's his one job.
Spraying Quinjet.
He's like, I'm also evil.
So there we are. And that takes us to, this is not a perfect Winter Soldier 5. It is, it ends in the middle of a flip.
Yeah, that's right. And the Falcon has now taken to the air, so he is off there. And then Cap does one of the things he does great, which is running. And then he does this beautiful shoulder roll. I think once again that's Sam Hargrave. The shoulder roll across the crates, and then all of a sudden, as bullets are a-flying, that's where our minutes come to an end.
Yeah. It is a great looking set of minutes, and I'm still in the fight. I'm still in the fight. I'm still hanging on.
Yeah. Right. I'm curious. I'm trying to remember, I guess. Is there a reason why Maria's not going after the third one? Seems like there's three, like why she has to stay behind. But maybe I just don't remember. Like I think maybe there's like I have to do control stuff. I have to run programs or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They have their own beeps and boops that they have to.
There's so many beeps and boops
to do.
This is very exciting.
I mean, like as we've learned as the Spider-Man Homecoming, you need a guy in chair, and it happens to be this is a lady in chair. So that's what Maria's job is to be the one coordinating.
We're coming right down to it. There are only 100 minutes in this movie, including credits, and we have just crested 100, and this is very, very exciting.
That's right, 100-minute celebration.
What do you want to tell people about Kyle Olson? Where can they find you?
I mean, I think if you're looking for creativity help in this turbulent time, no matter what you're doing, I think if you listen to Craft and Chaos, you will hear some ideas and tips on how to stay creative in a time of tumult. Also, we get extremely weird
and equestrian,
so we're having some fun along the way. Yes, so it's not it's not medicine. Like we are definitely more sugar. Yeah.
But it is medicine for me, I'll tell you. It's that podcast. Being a part of that podcast helped me deliver a new plug today. As you listen to this, this is
why, Pete? Do you have something newly available?
Very exciting as this episode comes out. A new book, On Set, is available for purchase in print and electronic formats where you buy books. And I'm very excited about it. It's my first full-length novel on the heels of my novella Lattice that was released a few months ago. And I am also still available. It is not been sold as far as I know. And I'm very excited to be doing it. And I think I directly attribute Craft and Chaos to getting me figuring out how to do this. So, Look
at that. See, we got Pete to be a published writer. What can it do for you? The only way to find out is to listen. So this is the new book is YA, right?
It is YA. It's a YA. Technically, it's called a YA crossover thriller. How about that?
A YA crossover thriller. So you're basically saying you're coming for Ryan Dalton. You're trying to take him down. You're trying to
I would
knock the
never
Year of Writing trilogy off of the.
Stop it. Because I owe a lot to the inspiration of that guy. So please do not put me in that particular camp. I just am in orbit of like Ryan Dalton's. It is really fun.
So yeah, if you're looking for a good weekend's reading, pick up On Set, and then maybe pick up his last adventure. Like at the
that'd be a good balance.
That's a nice week of reading right there
for sure. So Thank you, everybody, for checking out Onset and for checking out Craft and Chaos. We love doing those things and would not do it without people listening to them. So this is very exciting.
That's right. And we also love Marvel movies and Marvel movie minutes. So we will be back to talk about the taking down of Project Insight, the unsight of Insight. Now,
the unseat of Insight.
Unseat. Well, to unseat of Insight is coming.
It's coming very soon.
We will be here. Make sure you're there. We love you all. Thank you for listening. We'll be back soon. Enough said.